Let me tell you something nobody wants to say out loud. You're not dating a person. You're dating a walking credit score, a spending habit, and probably a future financial liability in Nike Dunks. That mystery they have? It's not depth, babe. It's debt. And while you're out here worrying about red flags like they don't text back fast enough, I'm here yelling, they pay their rent with Afterpay. This is not just love. This is a financial decision in disguise. So today, we're talking about dating warning signs that scream, run before you're broke too. Let's go. 1. The Cryptopreneur Lifestyle. You ask them what they do for work, and they say, I'm in crypto. Sir, be serious. That's not a job. That's a phase. They've got 47 tabs open on CoinMarketCap, but not a single stable income. They talk about diversifying their portfolio, but haven't diversified their dinner. It's just instant noodles and delusion. Look, investing isn't bad. But if his business plan is just throwing 200 pounds into some coin named after a frog meme and praying to Elon Musk, you are not dating a man. You are dating a Ponzi scheme. 2. Too much drip, not enough savings. Let's talk about the guy who has designer shoes, designer belt, designer watch, but can't pay for parking. Everything he owns is rented, borrowed, or on Klarna. His finances are just like his fit, put together on the outside, broke inside. You say, babe, let's save for a trip. He says, bet, and then shows up with a 700-pound hoodie and a new phone. You're building a future. He's building an Instagram feed. Run. 3. I forgot my wallet. Type this one's a classic. You go out. Food's great. Vibes are immaculate. Bill comes. Suddenly, he pats his pocket like it's a government search operation. Oh man, I think I forgot my wallet. Again? You didn't forget. You strategized. At this point, your relationship is sponsored by Visa. And guess what? You're the Visa. 4. The I don't believe in banks guy. This one's fun. He's spiritual. He's woke. He thinks banks are a scam and that money isn't real. Brother, rent is real. Electricity is real. Tesco receipts? Very real. If his financial plan is just manifesting abundance while ducking the council tax, he doesn't need a relationship. He needs a budget and therapy. 5. She's always treating herself. To your money. Equal opportunity red flags here. Let's talk about the girl who's all about soft life. But somehow you're the one doing all the hard work. She's like, babe, I don't do stress. But she will stress your bank account into cardiac arrest. She doesn't want a man. She wants a subscription with benefits. You are the lifestyle plan. And your financial ruin is the small print. 6. No financial goals. None. 0. Nada. You. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Them. Happy. That's it. That's the answer. No goals, no plans. Just vibes and Netflix. They don't know what a pension is. They think emergency fund means texting their ex when rent's due. If they spend like life is a TikTok trend and save like money is a myth, you're not building a future. You're babysitting an adult. 7. Loves luxury but hates work. You ever meet someone who somehow has endless time, no job, but always has new things? They say things like 9 to 5s are slavery, and you're like, okay, but so is owing me 300 pounds for those concert tickets you forgot about. They believe they're meant for a millionaire lifestyle. Problem is, they think manifesting it means never applying for anything but Deliveroo. You'll end up funding someone's rich person fantasy while living your own financial nightmare. 8. We'll figure it out. Attitude with 0 action. Look, optimism is cute, but blind optimism is expensive. They say, we don't need to stress about money. But what they mean is, you'll handle it and I'll chill. They treat financial planning like it's bad vibes. They'll tell you, money isn't everything, and then ask you to cover rent again. Guess what? Money isn't everything, but being broke in a relationship, that's a full-time job. 9. Always one big break away. This one will string you along for years. They're working on something. They've got this app idea, or a podcast, or an NFT project. And it's always just a couple months away from changing everything. Meanwhile, their bills are late, their car's uninsured, and you're eating toast for dinner because you gotta believe in their dream. Sister, you're not dating a visionary, you're dating a financial black hole with a ring light. 10. No interest in talking about money at all. You bring up savings, they change the subject. You ask how they manage bills, that's private. You suggest a budget, why are you so obsessed with money? Let me tell you something. Avoidance is not mystery, it's a warning sign. If you're planning a life together, but they shut down every money talk like it's a police interrogation, you're not building a future. You're just living in suspense like a horror movie. But with bills. 11. The fake flexer. They act rich, talk rich, post rich, but everything's fake. Cars on lease, phones on contract. They owe money to their mom, their mate, and probably Monzo. They will go into overdraft just to impress strangers on the gram. And somehow you're the one holding their hand in the consequences. They don't want love. They want a co-signer. 12. They mock you for saving. You brought lunch to work? That's so lame. You track your spending? That's obsessive. You use a budgeting app? What are you, 45? No, babe, I'm just not trying to go broke with style. If someone laughs at your efforts to be financially smart, it's because they know they're not. Run from anyone who makes you feel weird for being responsible. Because broke and arrogant is not a combo you want to retire with. 13. Their exes always took advantage of them. Financially. This one is sneaky. They paint a sob story. My last ex used me. They just wanted me for my money. And you think, wow, poor baby. Until you realize, every single ex has the same story, and somehow the money they gave was money they didn't even have. You're not dating a victim. You're dating a chronic spender who always needs someone to blame. 14. Your love language is budgeting, theirs is financial chaos. You're like, let's have a cozy night in and save some cash. They're like, let's fly to Ibiza because it's sunny and I'm sad. You're like, let's open a joint account. They're like, let's open a tab. You're out here trying to build a life, they're out here trying to escape it on your dime. 15. Every time you talk about money, it turns into a fight. This one's huge. If every financial convo becomes an argument, you're not in a partnership. You're in a silent war with a side of cuddles. Money talk should be uncomfortable, but doable. If they get defensive, gaslighty, or straight up leave the room, they're not protecting their peace. They're hiding their mess. Look, dating is fun. Love is beautiful. But relationships without financial awareness? That's just chaos in a cute outfit. Love won't pay rent. Attraction won't fix credit. Chemistry won't cover that 900-pound council tax bill. You deserve someone who shows up with emotional maturity and a basic understanding of how not to bankrupt themselves. You're not asking for a millionaire. You're asking for someone who respects your time, your energy, and your direct debit schedule. So next time someone comes into your life with a pretty smile and a broke mentality, don't ignore the red flags. Don't convince yourself it'll work itself out. Because if someone's financial behavior feels like a horror movie, you're not the love interest. You're the next victim. Stay alert, stay smart, and most importantly, stay paid.